next asked was the working title for the 1996 PlayStation classic, Crash Bandicoot. Not only were the main trilogy so popular that Crash Bandicoot served as PlayStation 1's mascot. Not according to Watch Mojo. Ah yes, Nathan Drake, my favourite God of War character. But Crash became a franchise spanning numerous games, and one of them being Crash Twinsanity was a gift from the gods in this forsaken time. Like, have you seen the servers? Neither have I, it's been decades! But besides that, I've been ordered to bring you all things gaming, so here's my insight on Crash Twinsanity. Released in 2004 and developed by Traveller's Tales, Twinsanity served as the 5th mainline Crash game, and by game number 4, the formula was starting to feel stale and old. So what's one way to refresh it? By changing fucking everything! Literally everything has been redone in a bright, unique art style. The music has been done by Spiralmouth in a beautiful, fantastic a cappella. Here, take a listen. Now, the first thing we're introduced to in the game is the level design. The game has been transported from a 2.5D linear game to a full open 3D world adventure. The controls have received a bit of a revision. Crash can no longer control himself after sliding, so you start committing to a direction. But that's deliberate, as they've introduced a brand new mechanic. Ball rolling. While every item you can move isn't exactly a ball, they typically have the same feel, so shut the fuck up. Ball rolling is used to complete mini challenges to obtain the returning coloured gems and the main story events, which we'll see later on in the game. Returning characters. Yeah, due to the success of Crash Bandicoot's wide selection of popular characters, Activision thought it'd be best to capitalise on that once more, by doing what they do best. Fucking it up! They introduced the old popular characters and you feel a sense of tension, like this isn't going to be the last time you'll come across them, but you'll soon see that once again, that the game comes up short and only delivers a small amount of the returning characters. Only Embryo, Entropy, Engine, Uka Uka and Dingo Da were available as boss fights, while Pinstripe, Tiny Tiger, Nitrous Oxide, Koala Kong and Ripperoo, also Spyro, were shown anticipating a rematch with the titular Crash Bandicoot. And you may be wondering, Spyro was in a villain, but you forget that Crash and Spyro have a twisted relationship in the 2 Game Boy spin-off games, so bad they're being cast out of our timeline, and I hold the last remaining copy of them. Damn it! Let's talk about the 3 playable characters. Crash Bandicoot, Neo Cortex, and Nina Cortex are this game's playable characters. They all each provide their own unique playing experience. Crash playing as his normal self, with tweak revisions, and Cortex playing like you're playing a shooter game. And Nina playing as if Spider-Man absolutely sucked ass at his job. Let's talk about the boss fights. The first boss fight is with Neo Cortex, which plays out as simply as the Crash 1 fight. You dodge his blasts and spin back the green ones. Until phase 2, where Engine so rudely interrupts and shows off Mecha Bandicoot, where once again you dodge attacks and spin back the green ones. Tikimon, the forearm deity, is again rather simple. Tikimon has 2 attacks. One of them is a hand slam, which is easy to dodge, and the other one is a giant laser beam shot from its eyes. And the way you defeat it, simply chucking Cortex into his mouth. Uka Uka is more interesting, as it requires you to utilize Cortex to flip the switch, opening up a panel allowing damage to be dealt to Uka Uka, blasting him with fire. Engine's fight reuses the gimmick of running away from rockets, but this time it would be his own undoing, as he'll eventually throw a TNT crate at you, which you just get him to throw out the support beams until he falls. Entropy and Embryo are teaming up to fight you, so let's hope that we get an epic tag team battle fight. No. The fight is simply avoid Embryo and hop from iceberg to iceberg and spin attack Entropy. Dingo Dial. Now this is where the boss fights start to ramp up. This one requires strategy and good timing, ducking under the fire blast and avoiding literal walls of fire. And attacking him once you dodge the fire blast he sends at you, triggering the sprinklers. Let's hope the future boss fights are as good as Dingo Dial. Madame Amberley's. Madame Amberley's boss fight is actually unique and refreshing, as we get to play as Cortex and utilize his skill to defeat her. Madame Amberley will use Force Lightning to open panels, organ pipes? I don't know exactly what they are or what they're called, I just know it's a pipe coming from piano. And you're forced to shoot them shut to prevent yourself from being sandwiched between them and succumbing to death. Now, we've reached the end of the game, so you'd think we'd get an ultimate mashup of alternate versions of the bosses we've encountered previously? No, and for good reason. As shown before, the previous bosses kinda suck ass, but the Evil Twins boss fight is one I quite enjoy, as it's a testament of how you've learnt how to play each of the characters. First, we play as Nina. Granted, her section may seem a bit too easy because all you have to do is grapple from hook to hook, but my god is it annoying. This is my only issue with the boss, and it can ruin playthroughs. For some reason, when you're about to reach your last hook, the prompt either doesn't appear quick enough, or the hook just doesn't want to attack. Now once you've been blessed with great RNG and you break the old things, you move on to playing as Cortex, where his portion is way less buggy and more strategic, as you have to dodge two distinct attack types from the boss, one being a barrage of bullets and the other being a laser beam. All while shooting guns off the boss. Doing that brings you to the finale of the fight, where we pilot Mecha Bandicoot, dodging down with strikes and shooting missiles through the barriers, hitting the Evil Twins enough times, winning us the game.